From a pedestrian slipping on ice to a young woman destroying a sand sculpture in a hotel, here are 12 bizarre things that were caught on surveillance cameras. When winter sets in, millions of people around the world face the most extreme weather conditions, and some even have trouble just walking down the street. Many people, especially the regulars, take advantage of this to have fun slipping on the sidewalk or pavement, which was not the case for this pedestrian in Kiev. The young woman was on her way to work. When she reached the edge of the sidewalk, she was about to climb up, taking care not to slip. But against all odds, she found herself unable to take a single step on the completely frozen sidewalk. She tried once more, then twice, then 3 times. With her efforts, she managed to stand on her legs for a few moments, but she ends up falling. Tired of slipping each time, she decided to put an end to this embarrassing situation. On the images of video surveillance, we see her getting up with difficulty and a little bit annoyed to go to the opposite sidewalk, by falling again. Well, we can understand the embarrassment of this young woman, but at least, she will have made the buzz on internet. You have probably already seen this video, which has been widely viewed on the web. In this CCTV footage, which was allegedly captured somewhere in Turkey, we can see a pack of dogs around a car, the kind of thing we sometimes see in deserted streets, late at night. To tell the truth, these dogs were not there to get some fresh air before going home, but to find a cat that would have hidden under the said car. But they certainly didn't expect Kitty to stay holed up there. So, watch what they do. They destroy the car with their fangs until the bumper and tires are shattered. The images are really striking. It's hard to imagine that a pack of dogs is behind it all. And there it is. With the entire front of the body removed, they can finally look for the cat under the car. But, oops, still no trace of the feline, who apparently vanished. By destroying the car, they may have let the cat get away without even noticing. In the end, the dogs look around again, puzzled, before leaving empty-handed. Do you like this video? Then, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not to miss anything of our next publications. Let's continue. Now here is a most incredible scene. In Pennsylvania, the driver of a bus was driving quietly. It was just another day at work, where he was just trying to accomplish his mission, without the slightest accident on the road. But he doesn't know that he is about to have an extraordinary experience. Do you want to know what happens? Well, he hits a deer that was crossing the road. The deer hits the windshield and ends up inside the car. Wow. After the first second of shock, the driver tries to see what he can do to help the poor disoriented animal who is looking for an exit. Suddenly, he has an idea. He stops and opens the bus door to let the animal escape. Well, after this accident and the delay it took him to stop and help the young deer, this driver lost precious minutes. But too bad. He can explain the situation to his superiors, change vehicles and drive again later. But at least he'll be much more careful on the road next time. Imagine coming home after a hard day's work and finding a very bad surprise. Consider yourself lucky if you never experienced what this man did. Mark Hyatt, an American living in Greenwood, South Carolina, had just returned home from work. The plan was to shower and eat a tray of food while watching a good movie. He went to the kitchen through the hallway, and there he found 2 snakes hanging from the ceiling. The 2 reptiles embrace as Mark looks on in terror. However, he manages to keep his cool and grabs a broom and his phone to film the unusual scene unfolding before his eyes. After a long fight, he finally knocks down one of the snakes. Unfortunately, his gestures, a little abrupt, made the second one run away and sneak somewhere in the house, in the attic maybe. But, never mind. He decides to ask for help to get rid of the reptile. Well, we can say that Mark really has courage. In fact, his video has garnered a few million views. When strong winds blow over a part of the city, some really weird things can happen. Take a look at this unusual scene. That's right, they are indeed mattresses. They had been placed in this area of Denver, Colorado, for an open-air cinema. The spectators were going to use them to watch the movie comfortably, but the wind suddenly got up and blew away all the mattresses. In the pictures, you can see some people running around trying to get them back. Well, they end up saving some of them, but they seem to be out of breath from running after them. Eventually, the situation was brought under control after this storm of mattresses, and the film was shown as planned. This video made a lot of people laugh, but I'm sure that next time, outdoor movie organizers will check the weather before placing their mattresses. Have you ever seen a car catch fire in water? No? Then look. The driver of this car was driving along at a leisurely pace. When he arrived in this residential area where he was going to visit friends, he found himself in an area completely flooded by water. Not having much choice, he moves his car and manages to cross this river, and then, look. The car immediately bursts into flames, probably due to an overheating problem. While the passenger immediately gets out of the car and runs away, the driver takes his courage in both hands and tries to control the situation. We even see him spraying water on his car, which bursts into flames under his helpless gaze several times, before running for help. Well, we don't know what happened to the car, but this man will remember this extraordinary mishap for a long time. This man is holding a tray full of beer glasses. He is walking to a table to serve some customers, when suddenly he has trouble balancing the glasses, and then, snap, they fall one after the other on the table, to his great dismay. Well, it can happen to anyone to find himself in an embarrassing situation, and many waiters drop glasses. Fortunately for this young man, the customers quickly come to his aid, and some, amused by this situation, even start to applaud, just to encourage him, or rather, would it be to claim their drink. On the pictures, we see him coming back with his tray to serve the other customers, and again, all the glasses fall on the floor again, and of course, he can't do anything. Well, this time, we are almost sure that after these two accidents, the poor waiter had to look for another job. Now here is a video that will make you smile. This squirrel was peacefully in a tree, probably looking for some fruit to nibble. However, he was not expecting to come face to face with a dog. Look, the dog doesn't seem to be ready to leave him alone, but the little red-headed animal will prove to be much smarter than we think. Look what he does. Clinging to the trunk, he decides to play hide and seek with the dog by going from one side of the trunk to the other in order to prevent him from reaching it. He succeeds in losing the poor dog, who has become crazy by dint of turning around the trunk, but not without effort, because we can say that our squirrel friend starts to have his head spinning because of this game, but at least he can return to the branches without being bothered. This pretty duckling was sitting quietly in his cozy nest, cuddled up to his brothers and sisters. He was looking for a little warmth, when all of a sudden, the hand of a man, the farmer, lifted him up and put him in the middle of all those black ducks. Ah, new friends. The pretty duckling quickly forgot the warmth of his nest and ran to meet his new playmates. But when he saw him running towards them, they scattered and ran away from the poor little animal. The latter tries again and again, but nobody seems to want him. Could it be because of his yellow color? In any case, he finally stops to think about the situation. Would he be a new ugly duckling? To rob, one can use all the tricks and be more cunning than a fox, but not always. This young girl seen in this video pretends to be an ordinary customer, but in fact, she has just stolen a bottle of alcohol. Dressed most flagrantly, she makes a little chat with the cashier, whom she tries to charm to achieve her goals and leave the store without getting into trouble. But when she tries to leave, she discovers to her surprise that the door is locked. She then understands that the employee has locked the door and that she is facing a very embarrassing situation. Ouch, ouch, ouch. She, who thought she had managed to steal a bottle and get away with it, has finally been unmasked. Well, all she has to do is return the bottle as the cashier asks her to and walk away. When they say that one should not sell the skin of the bear before having killed it. Flirting is not always good, and this man you are about to see learned that the hard way. This mechanic was sitting quietly in his garage in Cali, Colombia, taking a short break, waiting for the next customer. But all of a sudden, he saw a young woman walking past the garage. Unable to take his eyes off the girl, he starts to flirt with her, hoping that she will turn around and notice him. What she ends up doing. On the video, we see her entering the garage and heading towards the mechanic to spray him with tear gas on the face. He was expecting anything but that, no doubt about it. But after the first second of shock, we see him getting up to wash his face. Thanks to this, or perhaps because of this video that made the buzz on social networks, this man found himself in the middle of a debate on street harassment. And we end with this video for which no explanation could be found. These two girls were on vacation at a 5-star hotel in Hawaii. One day, as they were walking through the lobby to go out for the evening, they approached a sand sculpture, a rather complex work of art. Suddenly, one of them had a sudden and inexplicable urge to do it. What happened? Well, she decided to destroy the sand sculpture. In the pictures, we can see her stepping over the fence that protects the sculpture and breaking it with her hand, and even with a pillow until the sculpture is destroyed. And during all the time that this act of vandalism lasts, she is filmed by her friend and the hotel's camera. Well, yes. Moreover, after this unfortunate incident, the hotel immediately alerted the police. The two young women succeeded in fleeing the place. However, we can be sure that they are now persona non grata in Hawaii. It was 12 unusual scenes that were filmed by the cameras. What do you think of all this? Leave us your opinion in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.